phlegm in me fucking throat there. Jesus. Oh, crikey. Hello. There we go. That was a bit of Dani Filth there. Hello. How's it going? Welcome to Mastercast. Welcome to episode 64. I hope you are having a lovely weekend if you are listening to this on the Friday that it comes out. It's getting colder out there now. It's looking like quite a nice day though, even though it's fucking freezing now. Like, I'm looking outside, the sky is blue, there's not a cloud in the sky, and it's looking quite nice. It's looking quite nice for a winter's day, I guess. Yeah, but I hope you are... there's a phlegm again. Oh, sorry. I hope you're all doing good. I hope you are doing good. Sorry, it has been a while. It has been a good few weeks since I last done an episode of Mastercast, and I'll get straight into it. Like why that hasn't been happening. I haven't been doing any Twitch streams. I haven't been doing any TikTok content or any of that stuff. I haven't been doing the podcast. It's probably been about 3 weeks, and I'll just get straight into it as of why. And first of all, I'm all right. It's just been a really rough few weeks, and basically on October, back end of October, I lost my grandmother. She passed away, unfortunately, which was quite a shock to me and the family and everything, and obviously all the just the whole time of this happening, it's been shit. It's been really shit. I'll be straight up with you. I've not been feeling great. I think I'm all right now though. I think I'm getting there. But yeah, basically, I've lost my grandma, Valerie. She passed away October 27th on the night, and it's a big loss. It's horrible. It's really horrible. I wouldn't wish this upon anyone. My grandmother meant a lot to me and my family, and yeah, obviously from that happening, the build up to the funeral, all that sort of stuff, it was just it wasn't a nice time to be doing anything at all. So like, I wasn't in the right frame of mind to do any sort of content, and that's basically it. I know some people have reached out to us over the past few weeks, like ask if I was okay and all that sort of stuff. So like, I do appreciate that. So thank you, anyone who has reached out. So yeah, that's basically the reason why I haven't been doing anything. For those who in general tuning into this now and wondering, oh, why is he not doing an episode in a while? That's basically why. Basically, just been trying to, look after myself for what I could do, and like make sure my family's okay, and just, I don't want to record any content and not be in the right frame of mind and not give you 100%. So I wanted to wait until I was feeling up to it. So yeah, yeah, it's been a shit few weeks. It's been a shit few weeks, but I think we're starting to get to a bit of normality now. So yeah, I mean, I absolutely love my grandma. She meant the absolute world to me. So like, losing her was just a real fucking punch to the gut. It really was. So I've just not bothered with anything really. I've just not wanted to do anything at all. So yeah, that's it basically. Yeah, we had the funeral. Was that last week? I believe it was. I think it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. We had it, and well, a week ago. If you listen to this podcast on the day it comes out, it was a lovely service. Really did it justice for sure. We really did it proud. Like, we all had a really good wake and all that, and celebrated her life. Which was nice, and I got absolutely fucking rat-arsed, let me tell you that. But yeah, y'all might not, obviously you don't know her, but like, she was like my biggest fan, like doing live music and like recording music and that sort of stuff. Like she was at basically 90% of my gigs, alongside my granddad as well. She was just at nearly all of them. Like she'd travel to Liverpool to see my band play the Cavern Club and stuff like that, like years ago, and just always the biggest supporter of everything that I did, and like just the nicest, most sweetest, beautiful person ever. So yeah, yeah, this episode's going out to her, basically. Yeah, love you, Grandma. And that is why I have not been doing any podcasts and stuff like that. So for those who are wondering, that there you go. And for the people, like I said earlier on, like the people who have been like passing on condolences and all that sort of stuff, and that sort of thing, and like passing not just onto me but to the rest of my family as well, like passing all the condolences. Like I really, really appreciate it. So thank you very much. Like I really appreciate it. So anyways, shall we chat about some shit? Yeah, let's chat about some shit. There we go. I've got a new guitar now. I've got a new guitar. It's very, very nice. Just to sort of talk about what I've been up to, like, that hasn't been, all doom and gloom, I guess. I've got a new guitar and it's bloody nice. Got a Squire Stratocaster, Classic Vibes 50s one, and it's lovely. It is my basically, I've made it like a little bit of a tribute to Dave Gilmour. I've took the white scratch plate off and replaced it with a black one, and it looks bitchin'. And I've took the crappy vintage tuners off and replaced them with locking tuners. And oh god, it is lovely. I love it. It's very, very nice. So I've been playing a lot of guitar, and yeah, loving it. And like just playing a lot of like bluesy stuff, like Jimi Hendrix and Dave Gilmour, Pink Floyd, that sort of stuff. Just because I haven't got a guitar that's got all those stratty tones, so I was like, I could do with one. I could do with one. Really, it was just one of those days where I was feeling sad. I was like, maybe this will cheer me up. Buy now, pay later, 12 months. So I thought, fuck it, you know what, man, I might as well. Yeah, so I got a new guitar. Been to a few gigs. Went to 3 gigs actually from the time of not recording the podcast to now. I've been to 3 gigs. So the first one I went to was The Story So Far at the Boiler Room. I mean, to be honest, I'm not a huge Story So Far fan, to be honest. Like, I don't really know a lot by them. Although, like, on the lead up to the gig, I've been caning their most recent album, which is actually pretty good. It's got some really good songs on there. Like, Letterman is amazing. And I to be honest, I got the tickets because Angel Dust was supporting. And Angel Dust are just like a fucking amazing band, as I've always gone on about on the podcast. But yeah, Angel Dust were awesome, as per usual. Took a bit of time for like a pit to get started and stuff like that. Like, because whenever I see Angel Dust, it's usually like a sort of hardcore setting or whatever. And like usually as soon as I step foot on the stage, like the crowd just goes fucking mental. But it took a bit of time for that to happen at Story So Far. But they were great. They were awesome, and as per usual, we're just always happy to see them. I'm pretty much the same set list as I saw them the last few times, like Outbreak and like when they played Newcastle last year. But all still great. Like Angel Dust are awesome. But yeah, and Story So Far were really great as well. I really enjoyed them. Considering I'm not all that familiar with them, like. There was the odd song here and there that isn't from the latest album that I was like, oh, I know this one. Oh, I know this one. I know this one. I think it might be Down to Haley because she plays them in the car quite a lot. But like, yeah, I thought they were good. They sounded great. The guitar player's got a nice selection of guitars, very, very lovely, like Rickenbackers and Jazz Masters, that sort of thing. And yeah, I love that shit. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed them. I thought they were really good, and because I'm not really a big pop punk person, to be honest. But like, because I used to think that Story So Far were a lot like Neck Deep, but I realised when I went to see Story So Far that I did not really like them at all. I mean, yeah, they both play pop punk. I find Neck Deep a bit more on the sort of, I mean, yeah, they're just not for me, really. I find them just a little bit obnoxious for my liking. Whereas the stories so far are a little bit the opposite. Like, you know, they're not wacky, they're not fucking jumping up and down on the spot the whole time. Like, they're just a really fucking good band. And, like, some of it, and some of their stuff kind of sounds a bit like Citizen side of things or, like, Basement, which I really like. And I kind of like, I forgot the singer's name, but I like his approach, really. It's because he kind of just, like, stands still. Like, his microphone is just left on the microphone stand, and he just sort of, he just stands there and he sings the songs. And he sounds great as well. And, you know, he's doing, like, you know, hand gestures and all that sort of shit, like, sit with his hands. Like, it was kind of cool having that sort of upfront focal point for a pop punk band, you know, not, like, jumping up and down, like, going fucking crazy, you know, like, it was a cool, different approach for, like, the pop punk band, you know. It was, but yeah, they were good. They were really, really good. And, yeah, the next gig after that, went to see Creeper. Oh, we love talking about Creeper on the podcast, don't we? I fucking do. One of the best bands ever. They're fucking brilliant. So yeah, went to go see them on Halloween. Now, I went with Haley and my dad and a couple of other friends, so obviously, like, due to recent circumstances, which I was talking about earlier on, I was actually kind of dreading that gig. And my dad said he was as well. Because there's some songs out there that they do that make me feel really emotional, and you know, I think I imagine that they were going to be a bit more poignant due to, you know, like, the recent events that happened and stuff like that. So me and my dad were kind of dreading it, but what ended up happening is everything was just dropped, and we just fucking had the time of our lives screaming out fucking lungs out for this band. I go on about how Mint Creeper are all the time, and they just are. They are one of the best bands ever to come out of this country. Why aren't they as big as, like, you know, why aren't they as big as, like, you know, Neck Deep or fucking Knocked Loose or anyone like that? Like, they are fucking perfect. They are incredible. I think they're on a slow incline to get into, like, you know, the big venues like the Brixton Academies or, like, even arenas and stuff like that. Before that gig, they did, like, a co-headline with Blackfield Brides at Wembley. I don't think it's sold a lot, but the fact that they're doing a co-headline at Wembley, like, you know, is saying something. That something is bubbling up. But, you know, the O2 Ritz at Manchester, it's a decent-sized venue. It's a lovely venue as well. And it was sold out, completely packed to the rafters. And, yeah, basically me and my dad, we just, like, fucking let our metaphorical hair down because we're both bald. And we just both had the time of our lives, as well as, you know, Haley and Mick and Pete, our other mates who were with us. And it was just an amazing show, just incredible. Will Gould is just, like, one of the most amazing frontmen ever, and, like, he's just got an absolute voice of an angel. He's incredible, a hell of a frontman, just an absolute one-off. There's no one like him at the moment, I don't think, and it was just brilliant. It was just absolutely brilliant. They pretty much played their latest album, Sanguivore, in full. Like, they played all the tracks bar the track that's called The Abyss, which is just like an interlude, like, instrumental thing like that. That was the only thing that wasn't played. They pretty much played the whole album, which I think a lot more people are gravitating towards. And, like, can't blame them. It's a fucking amazing album, you know. Metal Hammer of the Year. Metal Hammer Album of the Year. And, yeah, they're just always amazing live. They're great. And you know what? Like, whenever I come out of a gig, whenever I come out of a Creeper gig, shall I say, like, I'm always thinking, why aren't they in arenas? Why aren't they, like, near the top of festival bills? This, that, and the other. Why aren't they bigger than what they are? And, you know, I'm in double digits now with Creeper, and usually I do think that after a gig, but this time I was looking at them thinking, you know what? I'm very thankful to be seeing them at venues like this right now, because they will get big. They are going to get bigger. I've just got a feeling they will do arenas. They will get big. I mean, look at Architects. Look at Biffy Clyro. Look at look at Knock Loose and all that. Like some of these bands. Well, maybe not Knock Loose, but like bands like Biffy Clyro, bands like Architects, like for example, like they started headlining like festivals and arenas like after seven like 6 7 albums or something like that. Like it's a slow progression. Like for bands like them, like Biffy Clyro, they've been going for like over 20 years, and Architects have been doing about the same, and like they're doing arenas and everything. So I feel like for Creeper, it's going to be a slow and steady incline. We will see them in arenas at some point, whether it be on the next album cycle, whether it be in the next 3 or 4 album cycles, we don't know. I think they will do. I absolutely think they will do. And yeah, that was Creeper. Creeper were just fucking brilliant. We had an amazing time, and we went to see, me and Haley, we went to see Kids in Glass Houses at, where was it? The Stylist at Leeds. This was a couple of weeks ago. And, yeah, Kids in Glass Houses, they're more of a Haley band. I quite like them. I quite like Kids in Glass Houses. I think they're decent. Smart Casual's a decent album. I'm not all that bothered about their latest album, I'll be honest. There's a couple of good tracks on there, but like I'm not hugely bothered about them. They are good live. Very pretty men, I will say that. Very pretty men. Fucking gorgeous, a lot of them, especially him, singer. Is it Alid? Yeah, Alid. He is fucking handsome, that motherfucker. I went to see Kids in Glass Houses on their I saw them on their farewell tour, which was like probably about 10 years ago, I think. And how the fuck has that dude managed to look 10 years younger 10 years later? Like, how does that work out? You fucking handsome bastard. I got a bit personal there. He is bloody handsome though. Look at him. Just look at him. If you ever see him, look at him. Fucking sexy bastard. He is. But yeah, they were good. They were good. I enjoyed them. I think saw Beauty School, who were main support. Were all right, pop punk in it, and but yeah, Kids in Glass Houses were good. Yeah, that's it basically. Got another gig this Saturday, which I'll talk about next week. Got to see Fit for an Autopsy, Silos, Darkest Hour, and Harriet. So that's going to be good. I'll talk about that with you next week for sure. But let's stick to the topic of music and all that, shall we? So Architects have released a new single called Whiplash, and they've also announced a new album which is coming out next year. And that album is called... Fucking hell, I literally just had it there. I believe it's called The Sky... Where is it? It is out on February the 28th. The Sky, the Earth, and All Between. It's out then. Whiplash, the new song's just come out. It's very, very fucking cool. I really, really like it. It's got some Meshuggah riffs in there. Like, real Meshuggah riffs. Like, properly down-tuned. Like, and it's very, very fast. And a hell of a fucking chorus as well by Sam Carter. Like, they just never miss. They never miss at all. Architects are just one of the best. Spirit Box have also announced an album, which is coming out next year. So we're getting, what's it called? There we go. Tsunami Sea, which is coming out March the 7th next year. They've released a new single called Perfect Soul. The song is good. I think the song's fine. I feel like the past few singles of Spirit Box have just been... I think they've been a little bit less interesting, so I'm not looking forward to the album as much as I am like Architects at the moment, but it's fine. I think they need to bring a bit more melody back, is what I think. Like, I think Soft Spine is cool, but it's just like dun 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 dun. I think, there's a lot of songs like on the album, like Secret Garden and all that sort of shit, and Constance and all that, which I absolutely love. That I've got a lot of melody, and I want a bit more of that within the riffing. Really, there's no problem with Courtney's vocals at all. I just need a bit more work in the guitars, really, because at the moment it's just like jun 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 zeros. But yeah, that's pretty much it, really. That's my thoughts on it. Also, for a smaller band as well. Well, I say smaller. Smaller in the grand scheme of things. Between Architects and Spirit Box. Coin Cambria, who are headlining 2003's next year, who I'm very excited to see. They have announced their new album, The Father of Make Believe. And this is part 3 of the Vaxis trilogy so far. So obviously the last album was Vaxis 2, which was amazing. This is Vaxis 3, and they've released a song as well, which is fuck. Why have I forgot everything? I've forgotten all the names of everything, all the names of the albums, and all the names of the songs. Searching for Tomorrow, fantastic songs, brilliant. Everything about Coin Cambria, I just absolutely love them. They're amazing. Like it's quite proggy, this one, which I like. It's awesome, and I have a feeling this album's going to be a bit more proggy as well, because it's got like a little 4-part sweet thing towards the end, a bit like what Good Apollo and Burning Star is like. But yeah, Coin Cambria are one of the greatest bands ever, and I'm looking forward to their new album, which is coming out next year. It is coming out on... When is it coming out? I don't think it's got a date, actually. It's just up for pre-order. It'll be next year, though. It'll be next year, of course. Because we are... There we go, March 14th, a week after Spirit Box. So we're already getting a bit of a busy first couple of months, 3 months of the year next year in terms of album releases, which is cool. So yeah, that's some new music coming out. It's great. All right, time for a big one. So I think this might be the last one I'll talk about in terms of like music shit. Download 2025. They have announced a lineup. I'm sure you've seen it already, but I'll talk about it anyways. And we have a big ass poster full of bands, and they announced 90 bands in total. They're getting really adventurous with the lineup announcements. 90 freaking bands, which is insane. But all 3 headliners are new headliners to download. None of these have headlined download before, which is a good step in the right direction. And it's just good to see some new blood. We're getting a bit more from this one download now, which is great. And it's very refreshing to see new bands, like not new bands, but like different bands headlining now, rather than like the past sort of decade. Like it's been like you'd have Maiden come like pretty regular, and you'd have Slipknot come pretty regular, Def Leppard or Aerosmith. Those sorts of bands. And while that's not really a bad thing, I mean, I do love Iron Maiden, I do love Slipknot, I do love Aerosmith, of course, but Download needs to keep up with the times. They need to get some new people and keep people interested. Like I think the days have gone now of like classic rock days or whatever, that sort of shit. And you want to keep it fresh and interesting. So let's get into it, shall we? So headlining the Friday is Green Day, which is really, really awesome to see. Like I love Green Day. They were amazing at Glasgow earlier this year, when me and Haley went to go see them at the Bellhouston Park. They were absolutely fucking outstanding, and they were outstanding in 2005 when I saw them on the American Idiot Tour. Yeah, I did. And yeah, to see them headline and Download is really, really cool. Like I think there's been a lot of good hype about Green Day playing Download as well, because I think the new album has done better than what people were hoping for as well. Like it's it's by no means like an instant classic or anything, obviously. Like it's just like a fine Green Day album. Like it's half decent. Like but it's way better than the last few pieces of shite they put together. But it's cool that their headline Download, get a greatest hit set of them at Download. Oh god, you're in for a good one. And We've got Sleep Token headlining the Saturday. And let's not forget, man, Sleep Token are on album 3 at the moment, and they are headlining Download. But I think the writing's been on the wall for this one, like, because their projection has just skyrocketed. They've headlined like Wembley Arena and sold it out in like 10 minutes, and their UK tour, which is happening in December, I'm gonna go see them on that. Is selling out all over the place, all arenas and shit. So, yeah, and they're mean business, man. They're a big band. They're a really, really big band. I'm not, like, the biggest Sleep Token fan, I'll be honest. Like, I think a lot of people go fucking mental for them. Like as if they're, like, Tool or whatever. I like them. That Take Me Back to Eden album that came out last year, I think it's good. A lot of people keep going around saying, "Oh yeah, it's album of the decade. It's the best thing ever. It's the best thing in this century, man." I mean, come on, it isn't. I think they're a good band. And I think they are really good live. I've seen them support Architects before a couple of years ago, and like they really, really impressed me. And I'm gonna go see them at Leeds Arena in a couple of weeks, and yeah, I think that'll be a good one. I think that'll be a good gig. Because I mean, there's some good songs. I think they're really good at doing the metal stuff. I think the pop stuff just doesn't seem to do it for me. You know? And this isn't coming from someone who's like, "Oh yeah, I only like metal, I don't like pop." You know, I like pop music as well. And it's just that I just don't think they do the pop music all that great. I think, you know, they'll get there. I mean, I guess they're already there because millions of people love them. Like, I mean, it might get there for me. Maybe the next release might be an absolute 10 out of 10. You never know. And headlining the Sunday is, of course, Korn. Now, Korn have played Download a lot. They played the main stage quite a lot. They've always been in that sort of, like, sub-headliner slot or third from down. Like, they've always been round about that area on the Download lineup on the main stage, and it is cool to see them headlining Download. I do love Korn. I think they're great. They're awesome live. They've always been brilliant at Download, but it just feels like I'd rather this happened a lot sooner than now. Like, you know, like the Korn have always been a huge band, a band that have meant a lot to people, and like, why haven't they just headlined before? And it's just, I just find it quite bizarre. It's hard for me to sort of get truly excited for a band to headline Download, but I've done it so many times that I'm like, it doesn't feel new. Like, in my opinion, I think it's long overdue. I think Korn should have headlined Download Festival fucking 10 years ago when Brian the Head came back in the band, like, to play guitar for them. And you know, they've always been releasing great albums, like, especially, like, you know, the past decade they've been releasing some fucking brilliant albums, like, and they're just amazing live. So I just don't get why it's taken them till now. I don't know if it's just because, you know, new metal's starting to become a bit more of a thing now. Like, a lot of people are appreciating it more. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see Deftones headline Download next year. And yeah, but at the same time, it'll be really fucking good there. It will be a fucking quality set. Them headliner, I would be interested to see that. I'd be interested to see all the headliners. But yeah, as a trio of headliners, it is good to see. You know, those three bands headlining, and it's going to feel good. It's going to feel fresh. It's, I think a lot of people are going to be interested in this. And, but yeah, let's talk about the undercard of this festival. So, like, we got the bands with the big logos, and we got the bands that have just got the names. So let's talk about some Weezer. Come on, yes, Weezer are finally playing Download. I've been wanting Weezer to play Download for ages, and we're finally getting them, and I'm very, very happy about that. Very, very happy about that. I imagine that there's no sort of an allocated slot for all the logo bands at the moment. I can sort of make a guess of where they are. Like, I imagine Weezer will be sub-headlining with Green Day. Like, I imagine they'll be on before them. Like, oh god, just give me that set. Give me that set, especially if it's bloody sunny. Like, fucking hell. Imagine, like, my name is Jonas in the sun or whatever. Oh, God, it'll be free. An island in the sun. My God, it'll be amazing. Bullet for My Valentine, I struggle to give a shit about them, to be honest. Come on. They're doing that poison run early in the year, and no one's going to give a shit about them anymore. A lot of people like Bullet for My Valentine. I've lost interest in them a long time ago. They are right at the top. They're right next to bloody Weezer, so they'll either be subbing... It looks like they'll either be subbing Sleep Token or Korn. I imagine it'll be Korn. Yeah, I'm not excited for Bullet for My Valentine at all. Jimmy Eat World, very good to see them on the bill. I imagine they'll be on the Green Day Day. Green Day Day? That makes sense. Green Day. But yeah, it's very, very exciting to see Jimmy Eat World on the main stage. I don't think they've done the main stage yet at Download, have they? I mean, for all the times I've been at Download, I've never seen the main stage. I know I've done the second stage once. But yeah, them sweetness on the main stage. Say it back, whoa. In the middle, all that sort of shit. They're great. Great live band. Don Broco in their logo slot of Downloads. They might be fed from Headline, maybe? So, Don Broco, a fucking arena band. Don Broco, an arena band in the UK. You know, maybe not to the, the hype of Sleep Token where they're selling them out straight away, but yeah, Don Broco, they do arenas. They're fucking great. I love them. And they're always amazing live. For me, there's not a band that sounds like Don Broco at all. They are fucking great. Like, they're just very unique. I don't think there's a song that sounds like them. They're a proper party band as well. Like, probably a jump up and down band. So yeah, oh god, that fucking phlegm's back again. Anyways, Spirit Box, logo band. They are playing. I imagine they'll be either the Sleep Token Day or the Korn Day. I know they've been touring with Korn quite recently, so they might be like one of the bands on the main stage for those, or they might be Sleep Token because they're kind of like the sort of same crowd, I guess. This one would be really good. Sex Pistols featuring Frank Carter. So you got the original former members of Sex Pistols: Steve Jones, Phil Cook, and Glenn Matlock. All of the Sex Pistols, but fronted by Frank Carter. Now that to me sounds like a good time, that, because this is probably the closest you're ever going to get to Sex Pistols, really. You know, Johnny Rotten's not going to do it anymore, is he? Because he's a bit of a tosser, and no one likes him. And but Frank Carter, he'll sound great. He'll do those songs justice, and I think Frank Carter's ace. He's always amazing live, and getting him all fired up behind those Sex Pistols songs, like. I don't know if that's going to be on main stage or not. I hope it's main stage. Green Day Day. I hope it's fucking main stage. That'll be great. Within Temptation, not a band that I'm all that bothered about. They're an arena band as well, I believe. I mean, they could probably headline the second stage if they wanted to. But they're not really for me. Within Temptation, that sort of symphonic, arena rock, shall I say? Like Evanescence, Sakuna Coil, that sort of stuff. It's not for me. The Darkness, always great to see The Darkness at a festival. They could probably headline a second stage. I don't know where they're fitting on the lineup as far as they are, because they are a logo band. We'll see. Steel Panther are on the bill, their logo band. Why are they a logo band? Like, I'm curious. Are people still like going mad about Steel Panther? Because when they first came out, like, people erupted over them, including me. I used to love Steel Panther. I just feel like the joke is gone now. Like, I mean, they are fucking funny live. Like, I mean, last time I saw them was at Download Headline on the second stage, and I kind of saw them thinking, I've seen them before. They'll do the same old joke, and I was still laughing my fucking tits off. And but yeah, they're quite funny. McFly are playing downloads. They've got the logo. I imagine it might be sort of like a busted situation. They might headline the third stage. So I mean, but considering how well busted worked out, the whole tent was packed when they played there. I imagine it'll be the same thing for McFly. Again, another sort of gateway band. Like, this is the argument we were having last year, like, of a bunch of people going, "Why are Busted playing download?" Meh. Like, this is it. Busted were a gateway band for a lot of people getting into alternative and rock music, all that sort of stuff. And I imagine the same would be said about McFly. Some of those people who started listening to McFly and Busted in their early teenage years probably ended up listening to Meshuggah. You never know. Speaking of Meshuggah playing Download, baby. Oh, they are a logo band. They are there. They are going to be playing Download. Not sure where they're going to be playing on the bill. They are a logo band. They could be, they probably could headline the second stage. I don't know. Or they could headline the fourth stage. Sometimes they like to put ridiculously big bands on the fourth stage as headline, which is mad. They did that with Hatebreed a couple of years ago. Apocalyptica, like as I said, same thing about Within Temptation. I'm not into that sort of symphonic, like rock or metal. I know they do the whole thing with like violins and cellos and shit like that, and they play like Metallica. So it's not for me. I prefer electric guitars, please. Cradle of Filth. That's my Dani Filth impression. That's my Dani Filth impression. That hurt my throat. That I shouldn't have done that. Cradle of Filth. I think they're cool, but they're not for me at the same time. Like, again, it's that sort of symphonic like metal that I'm just not into. Like, I just really love Dani Filth. I think he's just cool as fuck, and I think they are quite brutal at times. Like from what I hear them, so I'd probably watch them, but they're not really for me at the same time. I just kind of find Dani Filth's vocals quite amusing because he does that whole. I've done it again. Oh God, I had to pause it for a couple of minutes so I could cough some more. Oh God, I'm back now. I'm back. And you got Lorna Shore next as a logo band. They could headline the fourth stage potentially, because that's where all the Grebo bands go. So you go from Dani Filth, who's like, to Lorna Shore's like, and then you go to Sixth, who are also a logo band. Very surprising to see Sixth as a logo band, because they go. That was a good thingy of weird frontmen from all those three bands there. Sixth, I love Sixth. Sixth are fucking incredible. I've seen them a few times. They're amazing. Like, one of the pioneers for the whole gent genre thing that we know and love today. Like, they are the reason, like, bands like Periphery exist, like, for me. But Sixth, I absolutely love them. They are great. And it's the original lineup as well. I imagine they might headline the fourth stage. Logo band and all that. But yeah, anyways, I'm going on quite a bit about Download. I need to just, like, talk about the undercard here. Anyway, so that's all the logo bands. As the headliners, I'll just, like... mention the other names that they've got here. I won't go too much into them. Airborne, Alien Ant Farm, Bleed From Within, Boston Manor, CKY. The fight between Alien Ant Farm and CKY will continue at Download. I don't know if anyone saw, but CKY got kicked off the Alien Ant Farm tour because he punched the singer. I just thought it was quite funny. Dayseeker, Eagles of Death Metal, The Ghost Inside, Jerry motherfucking Cantrell, Ginger, Mallory Knox, Me First and the Gimme Gimmies, Northlane, Polaris, Poppy, Starset, Turbo Negro, and Whitechapel. And then there's another undercard of artists that are a smaller font. Alcest, yes. Amira Elfaki, Anal Nathrak, Archers, Arrows in Action, Artio, Bad Nerves, Battlesnake, what the fuck? Bex, Current, Dead Poet Society, Dead Pony, Aviar, Fairtooth, Filter, Fit for an Autopsy, The Funeral Portrait, Gore, Graphic Nature, Harpy, The Haunt, Holy Wars, House of Protection, Karen Dio, Kim Dracula, Kitty, Lastel, Loth, Lolo, The Meths, Melted Bodies, Nothing More, Novelists, Orbit Culture, Riding the Law, The Scratch, 7 Hours After Violet, Sim, Sophie Lloyd, The Southern River Band, Spiritual Cramp, Split Chain, Static Dress, Survive, Said the Prophet, Svalbard, Silosis, Teen Mortgage, Trophy Eyes, Underside, Unprocessed, Venus Girls, Vola, Vower, Vows, and Windhand. That is a lot of friggin' bands there for you. A lot of bands that are playing Download Festival. And, yeah, I think it's an okay lineup, looking at it all, really. It's nothing that's completely blown me away. Like, oh my god, Weezer are there. Like, and Sex Pistols. I mean, that's cool. I think what's going to happen this next year for me, I think I'll be getting a day ticket next year. Because I've been to Download a lot. And, yeah. And I've got a lot of festivals on next year. That's why. It's not because I've been to Download a lot. It's just because I'll just fancy the day ticket for Green Day. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And hopefully Weezer will be on before them as well. Anyways, that's enough about music. I'll chat about a bit about what I've been playing and all that in games and shit. And then I'll fuck off. So, I finally finished Silent Hill 2. Did I say Silent Hill? I finally played Silent Hill 2. I finally played and beat Silent Hill 2. Finished it the other week. This game is unbelievable. This game is absolutely incredible. This is one of the best remakes I've ever played. Like, this is up there for the Resident Evil remakes for me. Like, I love Silent Hill 2. I may have gone on about Silent Hill 2 before, like the original game, and I just absolutely love it. Like, even like without this remake, like Silent Hill 2, the original, as you look at it today, I think is aged incredibly well, and it's still an amazing game to play today. But this remake, man, this remake is so atmospheric, so well done, looks amazing. And it is just fucking terrifying. This game is absolutely terrifying. Like, I thought the originals are terrifying. I think this one is just a bit more of that. Like, the amount of times I've played this game and shit myself. Like, it's unbelievably good. Like, it is a hell of a game. And, yeah, it took me about... I think it took me about 20 hours to finish, really. So, there's quite a lot to this Silent Hill remake. Like, it's a fair old size, and to be honest, it doesn't feel like it's been dragged out that much for me. Like, all of the elements of the story and the atmosphere and everything is there. There's just the odd sort of the part that feels different to the original, but like still maintaining the story and the aesthetic of it, like, which is what I enjoy. And like, there's different puzzles that are different to the original, and just the way it's been handled. This game has been handled with care, and it's done incredibly well. It's paid off immensely well. I love this remake. I'm going as far to say this is better than the original. Like, this is fucking amazing. This is absolutely fucking amazing. This game, like, I'm going to be playing it again. When it comes to Halloween next year, I'm, like, looking forward to playing it again. It's amazing. It is very bleak. It is dark. It is scary. It is amazing. It's beautiful. Like, the sound design and everything, the way it's been made. Like, and the acting, I think, is a bit of a step up as well. I think it seemed like just the acting just seems that little bit better. Bit more like a bit more like emotions gone into it. Like, I just think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It looks stunning. This is one of my favourite games to come out this year. I absolutely adored it. Absolutely adored it. And, yeah, highly recommend anyone giving it a go. And, yeah, which it's just really really cool. Well, more than really cool, it's just fucking amazing. And you know what else I've been playing? I bought the new Call of Duty. I got it, Black Ops 6. The first time I bought Call of Duty in years. Like the last one I played might have been, yeah, well, the last one was the Modern Warfare reboot because I bought it during COVID when everyone was playing Call of Duty. So I thought, well, I might as well do the same. And to be fair, that was a really good Call of Duty. I didn't bother with any others after that because I just thought they were a bit naff. Like, nothing was making me want to buy those games. But the Black Ops 6 had loads of good reviews as of recent. And, you know, I was just sort of craving like a good first-person shooter to play. And it really, really did sort it out for me. I mean, the campaign isn't, you know, it's nothing amazing or anything like that. You know, you're talking about 8 hours for this campaign. It's not special, really. It's just, you know, typical sort of, you're in a military organisation set in the 90s, and I can't even remember that much of it. You kind of, there's an opposing enemy that's sort of taking care of like a biological weapon, and you've just got to sort of take it away from them, basically. But having said that, like it's quite varied. Like you know, you got your spy missions, you got your all-out war missions, you got like you like there's like a free roaming sort of aspect of it where you're traveling around a map and collecting items and taking down like SAM sites and all that sort of shit. Like there's some parts of that are pretty good. It's nothing amazing, probably about 6, 7 out of 10 at most. But online, I've had a lot of fun with it. It's just, I just love playing Nuketown. I love playing Nuketown. That's it. Yeah, it's just good to be playing a good Call of Duty for a change. Like I've been enjoying a lot of the maps on multiplayer. I think they're really really good. I think it just plays well. It feels great, and yeah, it's good fun. I'm enjoying it, and you know, for me, it's not to, you know, like Helldivers do stall it for me for like multiplayer games this year. Black Ops 6 is good. It's really, really good. I've been enjoying the multiplayer more than anything else. I've not played Zombies yet. I'll have to get around and do that at some point. I'm trying to convince some other mates to get it so that I can play with them. But yeah, Black Ops 6 is cool. It's really, really cool. And I'm glad I've got it. So yeah, I finished the campaign for that. And I finished the campaign for Silent Hill 2. Well, there is only a campaign for Silent Hill 2. But I also literally just finished as well San Andreas from the definitive, what's it called? Trilogy? The trilogy that they released a couple of years ago. I finally released San Andreas. I don't know if anybody who's listened to the podcast before heard me go on about that. I had to put it down because it was that buggy that it was just getting difficult to finish it. So quite recently, literally this week, Rockstar did an update to the you know, the trilogy of which they released a couple of years ago with Vice City, San Andreas, and Grand Theft Auto 3. They made like a big update where they just cleaned it all up, made the graphics look a lot better and like tidier, made it way less buggy, and because of that, it made it easier for me to finish the last one. It just plays so much better. It looks a lot better as well. Like it's very noticeable. Like when you log into it after the update, like it is genuinely really really good. So I finally finished it. Like it was basically just the last couple of missions I had to do, and then I did it. It was just like the whole buggy part of it made it difficult because it's around about the time San Andreas goes on a massive riot. So you have to, you know, get your posse together and like try and take back the streets. But while these riots are going off, they're like really buggy riots. So there's explosions happening left, right, and center. Like it gets a bit mental. So the bug fixes have just made it a bit more tolerable to get through. And I managed to finish San Andreas, and it was really, really great. I really enjoyed it. One of the best games ever. Awesome. There we go. Thank you very much, everyone who has listened to today's podcast. Sorry it got a bit thingy at the beginning, but I had to put out why I wasn't putting out a podcast. Yeah, but thanks for listening and thanks for understanding. I really, really do appreciate it. So thank you very much for listening to this week's podcast. I'll be back next week. We're going back to normal. And if you listen to this on the Friday that this is out, I will be streaming. I'm back at streaming again. I'm streaming tomorrow as I speak to you now. It says it today. If you listen to this on the Friday, it comes out. Join into Twitch tonight. 7 o'clock. We'll be doing a guitar stream, so hopefully I'll see you there. Yeah, it feels nice to be doing this again. I've missed doing this for the past few weeks, and it's good to, be in the right frame of mind to do it. So next week, there's some new albums coming out. There'll be a new album from Opeth. Looking forward to listening to that. I'll chat about that. And there has been a few albums that have been released that I haven't got round to talking about as well. So I might do like a catch-up episode next week. And also I'm seeing fit for an autopsy. So I'll chat about that as well. So yeah. Have a lovely week, my folks. Have a good weekend. All that sort of shit. It's a lovely day outside. Go outside and bask in the sunshine. But also wrap up warm, please. See you later. Much love. Thanks for listening to episode 64 of the Mastercast. If you want to support the podcast, do go ahead and, give it a review on Apple Music or, download the episodes, all that sort of shit. Give it a share, whatever. All that sort of shit. Right. Bye, folks. Love you. See you later. Bye.